Today, the January 6th committee has its last public hearing, what lawmakers are planning and where the investigation goes from here. Also, a reality check. We're picking apart ads in the U.S. Senate race that focus on crime.
I'm tracking some rain showers and snowflakes to our north and west this morning. This all moves into southern Wisconsin by this afternoon. We're going to time it out.
So, Chris, you said there's a little something for everyone in this forecast. You got 75 and sunny in there somewhere for them?
You missed that already. We had 75 and sunny earlier this week. There was a little something for everything.
Of it, though.
now it's my turn.
I know. You might get your first snowfall of the season. And can I say, the wind and the rain yesterday did a number on the leaves.
I know. Oh. I know. I knew that was going to happen too. We're not done, though. There's so little leaves left, but we're going to see even more wind, more breezy conditions throughout the weekend. So what we have rolling through is going to be another piece of energy, and it's going to get windy behind that as well. That being said, Doppler track still dry immediately in the area, so no concerns headed out the door right now at this moment. But we will start to see at least some sort of precipitation developing later on, especially around noon and beyond. Some of this tries to move in a little bit earlier. I've been tracking a lot of the showers to our north, now mixed in with a few snowflakes as well, but it takes at least a little bit of time before that actually gets to us. There's a little bit of drier air to fight. 42, that's where the temperature is right now. Winds are out of the west at about 7 miles per hour. Dew points down into the mid-30s. Here's what to expect looking ahead. We'll see a return of some sunshine. Then we cloud things right back up. By noon, we're cloudy at 46. Afternoon, we'll see the best chance for those showers moving into the picture. In fact, temperatures today really struggle to get out of the 40s overall. And then tomorrow, we have a better shot at making it toward 50, but a cool couple of days with chilly showers and sleet pellets. That's all what's on the table. We're going to break it down coming up.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Chris. Today, the January 6th House Committee will hold what's likely to be its final public hearing. All 9 members of the committee are expected to give presentations that amount to closing arguments. This hearing will focus on former President Trump's mindset and his efforts on January 6th. Committee aides say that the hearing will include taped witness testimony. The hearing is expected to feature new video as well, showing efforts to respond to the Capitol riot as it unfolded, as well as new evidence from thousands of documents that were turned over by the U.S. Secret Service after a July subpoena.
Our job is to make sure that we protect democracy.
The committee has to wrap up its work in the next few months, with a report expected by the end of the year. That timing coincides with the departure of the panel's 2 Republican members. Wyoming's Liz Cheney lost her primary bid for re-election. Adam Kinzinger of Illinois is retiring. House GOP leaders, meantime, say that they may launch their own probe into January 6th if they win a majority in the November midterms. We'll be airing a special report of those hearings right here on News 3. It's set to start at noon. You can still catch News 3 Now at noon over on TW. With just weeks now until Election Day here in Wisconsin, current Republican Senator Ron Johnson is now holding a lead of 6 points among likely voters over Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes in the latest Marquette Law School poll. Among registered voters, it's a dead tie between the two. Candidates have to find a way to break through the divide, though. There's still a 9% out there who are independent voters. Both candidates have time to campaign, with undecided voters being a big decider here.
This is part of the story of polarization in our politics, that we see our candidates as rather far to the left or the right compared to where we see ourselves.
The new poll is a big shift from the one conducted in August right after the primary. Barnes was leading then by 7 points. If you've been looking for information on the issue of crime in this Senate race, you may have noticed both sides are claiming the other candidate is soft on crime. So who's right? Our political reporter, Will Keneally, has this reality check.
So we've seen claims from both sides on the issue of crime, but for this ad specifically, we're going to look at Ron Johnson's policy on gun control.
Mass shootings, school shootings, and violent crime are on the rise. And Ron Johnson is making things worse.
This ad comes from Everytown, a gun control advocacy group.
He abandoned law enforcement, voting against funding for the police.
The ad cites an appropriations bill from 2018 and the sweeping American Rescue Plan Act, both of which Johnson voted against. Both bills did contain some funding for law enforcement, so it is partially true that Johnson voted against police funding. But his position is different. In a call to reporters, Johnson explained his vote like this. He said that, quote, "It's rare. I would say it never happens where you're voting simply on a bill to fund the police. If that were the case, I'd be voting for all of them."
But supported flooding our streets with guns and making it easier for violent criminals and domestic abusers to get them.
So we'll break this down a bit. First, looking at the claim that Johnson is flooding the street with guns. There were a series of gun control votes in 2013 in the wake of the Sandy Hook shooting, and the ad cites two of them from Johnson here. The first is an assault weapons ban, which he voted against. The second is a proposal to allow for concealed carry permit holders to conceal carry across state lines without getting a permit from the other state. Johnson voted for this proposal. Whether or not these two votes amount to flooding the street with guns will be up to you. Now onto that second part.
And making it easier for violent criminals and domestic abusers to get them.
So this refers to something called the boyfriend loophole, which was partially closed by the Safer Communities Act that was passed earlier this year in the wake of the Uvalde shooting. In that bill, if a person is convicted of abuse in a dating relationship, they're added to a national gun background check system. Beforehand, you'd have had to be married, not just dating. And it's true that Johnson voted against the bill as a whole. He said that it had provisions that ignored constitutional rights. As we mentioned before, this ad was bought by a third-party gun advocacy group and is running in the Madison market. I'm Will Keneally with this reality check.
If you'd like to learn more about how gun control and crime are playing out in political ads, you can find our full reality check series online at channel3000.com. Breaking news overnight, Wisconsin State Patrol investigating a fatal crash off of I-94 in the Marshall area. Investigators say they received information about a missing person from the Greendale Police Department with a ping on the person's phone leading down the interstate. Troopers went to the last known area and were able to find the car, which had traveled far off the highway into the woods. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. State Patrol will be investigating the crash, and Dane County Coroner's Office will handle the death investigation. In Milwaukee this morning, authorities say 2 people died, 6 were injured after a bus rolled over and caught fire on the interstate highway ramp. The crash happened just after 5 o'clock yesterday morning on the Mitchell interchange. Police say the bus came engulfed in flames after it rolled over. The condition of those hospitalized are unknown. A new study warning the oral antiviral COVID treatment Paxlovid can negatively interfere with common heart medications. It says mixing the drug with certain blood thinners can increase the risk of bleeding. When combined with some cholesterol medications such as statins, it can be toxic to the liver. Interactions with certain blood pressure medications could cause lower blood pressure too, flushing and swelling as well. Health officials say other medications should be adjusted or temporarily discontinued while a patient is on Paxlovid. UW Homecoming kicking off tonight. Coming up, the 2 bands that'll get things going on campus. And later, guaranteed income. Madison had started sending out checks to families for the pilot program. Who's paying for it?
Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big, big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
My school does active shooter drills every few months.
It's terrifying to think about.
Tim Michaels wants to allow teenagers my age to buy AR-15s with no waiting period.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a really bad idea.
And Michaels wants to allow people to bring loaded guns on our school grounds.
And that's just not okay.
I don't want guns in my school.
We shouldn't be making things worse.
Tim Michaels is just way too radical.
He's way too divisive.
Tim Michaels is wrong for Wisconsin.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine when you purchase. Plus, current Chevy owners can get an additional $2,500 loyalty cash. And now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He will come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
When you're traveling with 3 kids and pretty much everything they own,
Hi, guys. Welcome.
it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in our stores. So start your cart today.
Whenever, wherever.
Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Tonight, 2 bands with big fan bases in Madison will be performing a free concert to kick off UW-Madison's homecoming. Madison-born band Slow Pulp will be the opening act, followed up by up-and-coming indie pop band Always. The show was originally supposed to be outside on the terrace. It'll now happen inside the Shannon Hall in the Wisconsin Union Theater.
They're pushing all the right buttons and checking all the right boxes right now. They're very eager to play, and they're going to give us an incredible show tomorrow.
Show starts at 7 p.m. Doors open to students with student IDs at 6:30, the general public at 6:45. No drinks allowed except for bottled water. Seating is first come, first serve. To Badger basketball now. Steven Kroll had 1 goal this offseason, and that was to pack on the pounds so he could be a force down in the paint. So since the season ended, the junior forward hit the weight room, lifting just about every day to add muscle and weight to his 7-foot frame. In total, he gained about 10 pounds, but more importantly, Greg Gard had noticed a lot more confidence in Kroll when he takes his game down low.
It's hard to gain weight when you're my build, but we're trying to do every pound matters, so I have gained a little bit of weight, yeah.
The confidence I've seen grow because he's bigger, stronger, and I think he likes my saying that be the windshield, not the bug. He's been the bug for the last year and a half or so. Now he's starting to control the paint on both ends of the floor.
And take a look at this. It appears Greg Gard and Juwan Howard are friends again after the handshake line scuffle last season. Who could forget? Wisconsin men's basketball tweeted out this picture from Big Ten Media Days with the caption, "Making Valentine's Day plans." The Badgers host the Wolverines February 14th. Payments are now going out in Madison's Guaranteed Pilot Program. It's for guaranteed income. The city is giving more than 150 families $500 a month for the next year. Providing that does cost quite a bit, about $1 million. It's not city money, though. It is coming all from private donations. To qualify for the program, people have to have household income of under 200% of the federal poverty line. Madison received 3,000 applications from eligible families for this program. Again, about 150 of them are getting these monthly payments. The city randomly selected those families. The mayor says similar programs aimed at decreasing poverty exist across the country.
Our goal is not necessarily to have Madison run its own program in perpetuity, but rather to have the federal government adopt this as an approach to ending poverty.
Now the University of Pennsylvania will analyze data from the program, hoping its research pushes the federal government to do as Rhodes Conway suggests and take over the program. Other programs have shown that families spend 68% of the money on food and goods. On the UW campus, an unveiling of a new mural at the Discovery Building showing off a combination of science and art. Take a look. It's one of a series of events going on all over the state this week for Science Week. The mural contains a number of hidden discoveries, including QR codes, which send you a variety of informational websites. The links will be updated periodically, too, to keep the mural engaging.
But what these QR codes really allow for is it allows for viewers to make their own discoveries and their own connections as they interact closely with this mural over time. And using QR codes also gives UW as an institution the chance to feature dynamic material to highlight scientific education or feature members of its own research community.
Looks cool. All right, let's check in with Chris Reese now. A lot cooler outside, Chris Reese. About 20 degrees cooler than yesterday morning.
Yes, 20 degrees cooler for us, and then 26 degrees cooler for Boscobel this morning. So a lot of us are feeling the chill that has worked its way back into the air. 42 for Madison, 41 in Janesville. Wisconsin Dells, you're at 38. That's a popular number. Juneau and Watertown also at 38. 37 for Platteville and Mineral Point this morning. Let's zoom in on the Madison Metro, and you're going to find a lot of temperatures into the upper 30s. 39 is quite popular. Wanakee, Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove, Cross Plains, Zerona, Mount Horeb, Perry, the coldest community, waking up at 37 for us this morning. That being said, it is 42 at the airport, mostly cloudy skies being reported with winds out of the west now at about 7 miles per hour. We're going to see that broken cloud cover really hang out with us for much of today. But one of the things I want to show you, we've got an area of low pressure right on top of Lake Superior. Winds are flowing out of the north and west. So that means all the moisture that you see to our north and west ultimately rotates on in as the day goes on. A lot of snow showers have popped up across parts of southeastern Minnesota and northeastern Iowa. That gradually begins to move into southern Wisconsin as the day goes on. Still, there's some drier air to fight. It's going to take a little bit of time before it truly gets to us. Those initial showers fizzle out. The main cloud cover rolls in at lunchtime. Once that cloud cover rolls in, temperatures aren't going to be moving all that much, and we'll see showers developing into the afternoon with temperatures in the 40s. Any one of these showers can get sleet pellets or even grapple to mix in, so that's something you might see as the day goes on. Down into the 30s overnight tonight. In fact, we should bottom out right around 32. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Check this out. Moving towards tomorrow, another wave of energy rolls through. That'll have some snowflakes with it that might be steady for parts of northern Wisconsin. We'll eventually get some additional raindrops to develop for us. And once again, those raindrops may have some sleet pellets and grapple mixed in with them. But overall, the shot of cold is still on par for when it was expected to get here, and then that secondary shot of cold, that's still expected to arrive early next week. That one is even chillier. That's where we have a high of 42 for Monday next week, going down to 27 Monday night, 44 on Tuesday. So we're talking a real hard freeze by the time we get towards early next week. But even today and tomorrow, they're going to be quite chilly.
All right. Hey, you warned us, so it's only on us if we're not prepared for it.
I know.
Thanks, Chris. Microsoft unveiling its most expensive Surface computer yet. Take a look at this thing. It's 28 inches. It's the Surface Studio 2 Plus. It'll set you back about $4,300. It has an updated display, cameras, microphone, processor, as well as an on-screen drawing capability. Along with the new desktop, Microsoft unveiled several other Surface Pro tablets and laptop models. United Airlines plans to expand its transatlantic flying next summer. United's summer 2023 schedule will include 3 new destinations: Dubai, Malaga, Spain, and Stockholm, Sweden. The airline said its transatlantic schedule is 10% larger compared to this year and 30% more compared to last year. CBS Mornings debuting an interesting new series, Never Too Late. It shows that it's really never too late to try something new. To kick them off, an Italian immigrant who's found internet fame with his cooking videos.
How old were you when you learned this?
3, 4, 5.
A baby.
A baby.
CBS News correspondent Janet Shulman visited a chef in his home kitchen to hear about his 83-year-old's recipe, I should say, for success, and to get a taste of his zest for life. That's coming up on CBS Mornings. Elf star Will Ferrell and actor Ryan Reynolds teaming up for a new comedy to get you into the Christmas spirit. The comedic duo will headline the new Apple TV Plus Christmas movie, Spirited. It's an updated take on A Christmas Carol with Reynolds playing Ebenezer Scrooge. Ferrell is going to take Reynolds through various settings and time periods before introducing himself as the ghost of Christmas Present. Spirited debuts in theaters November 11th and will stream globally on Apple Plus TV November 18th. 20 minutes after 6 on your Thursday. Coming up, livestock block traffic. And in our next half hour, new video in the Baraboo homecoming incident. Stay with us.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Reducing prison populations is now sexy. Reducing prison populations is now sexy.
Sexy? Mandela Barnes's administration has released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists. That's not sexy. It's terrifying. And as a mother, I don't want Mandela Barnes anywhere near the Senate. From defunding our police to releasing predators, Mandela Barnes is a threat to Wisconsin families.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
We make sit-down chicken, stand-up chicken, backyard chicken, oops chicken, lots of time chicken, no time chicken. If there's one thing we know, it's chicken, chicken, and chicken. More choices, more wow, more to love. Tyson.
Something to remember if you don't think fire sprinklers are necessary. Almost everything will dry out, but nothing will unburn. Whether you live in a house or a high-rise, protect it with fire sprinklers. Fire sprinklers buy time, time buys life.
The garage door is America's new front door, so why not look at it in a whole new way? Let Precision's experienced designers come to you. Let us show you the difference a new Precision garage door can make.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Over 800 convicted criminals released. 270 murderers and attempted murderers released. 44 child rapists released. Tony Evers' parole commission has released hundreds of violent criminals early, including some of the worst killers in Wisconsin history. Evers' liberal policies are making our communities less safe. Tony Evers put criminals first and our family's safety last.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
Hey, we're back. We're sharing Shelby Evans' morning with you from high above Wisconsin, looking over Lake Michigan. Shelby is one of our overnight producers. I assume this would have been from a trip that she took recently, some well-earned, much-needed vacation.
I know.
For Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby's very hardworking. Both of our producers are, but yeah.
If you folks at home don't know, our producers get here the night before.
Yeah, so
they
about
work
10:30, 11 at night.
To put this newscast together for you. They are such a crucial part of what we do here, and they're the unsung heroes that you never see. So we want to thank Shelby Evans and Devin, who put the show together for you every day. So thank you both. Every once in a while, Devin, could you send us a photo? I know you do sometimes, but a little more often. so we can make fun of you guys. Trending this morning, the National Forest Service had to put out an unusual traffic warning for visitors in Utah. Take a look at this. A sea of sheep blocking the road in central Utah. The forest ranger captured the video. They were standing near Price, which is pretty much right smack dab in the center of the state. Rangers say it's possible to move forward when encountering a flock of sheep like this if you drive very, very slowly. I still want to know who's ringing that, like, what's going on with the bell?
I want to know who's ringing the bell. I also really want to know what the driver of this vehicle is thinking. Like, what was going through their head? Were they like, oh, this is cool?
The sheep
Were they
again.
a little freaked out? Sheep again.
Here come those sheep again.
Have you run into this multiple times in your commute?
No, here's a question. If we had a flock of sheep on, say, the Beltline, would it show up on our delay map?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Especially if traffic were stuck. Yes. Yes, that would show up, and it would probably, you know, be coded and show up as an icon of, like, debris and roadway or something like that. There's nothing specifically for flock of sheep.
Someday.
Maybe.
Someday. I guess here it would more likely be a herd of cattle.
I was going to say it would be
those
cows. Yeah, all of Leah's My Morning Cow picks would be just flooding the Beltline for a week.
Right there. Hey, you are tracking cold weather this morning, colder weather in the forecast, and snow chances. We'll get to that in a moment. First, as we step outside this morning, what should the kiddos expect?
Some cloud cover early on, some chilly showers by the afternoon and evening. Again, everyone has a chance to see grapple today, so there will be moments where for some of you, you're like, oh, is this sleeting? Is this snowing?
Grapple.
Yeah, it's grapple.
When we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Sale this Friday through Sunday. Jimmy Dean bacon, only $2.99. Basket and Bushel red seedless grapes, only 98 cents a pound. And Progresso soup, only 99 cents. Don't miss this Red Hot Weekend at Hy-Vee.
Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream?
Get tickets today at overture.org.
One small step, one big surprise, a yummy treat, out of this world toys, and more fun with Apple Do to ignite their discovery of space. Kinder Joy.
Expand your outdoor living space with our huge selection of landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or menards.com to get started on your next project today. Right now, save 11% on everything. Only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes.
Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later.
Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Ron Johnson caught lying. Independent fact checks call his attacks on Mandela Barnes false and misleading. But it's Johnson's views that are alarming. Johnson supported a ban on abortions. He co-sponsored a bill that makes no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And Johnson said if women don't like it, they can move. The truth is, it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't miss this red-hot weekend at Hy-Vee.
Right now, new video from the Baraboo homecoming-related incident involving 5 students and a district employee. Also, storm damage. We're getting a better idea this morning of just how bad southwest Wisconsin was hit and what the National Weather Service is working to figure out.
Showers and snowflakes are showing up on the radar this morning. Just going to go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off for you. It's coming our way, too. We're going to break this down coming up.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Chris Stanford here, along with Chris Reese, your certified first warn forecast. So, chilly out there. I mean, it is coat weather pretty much. Got some colder air on the way, chance for snow showers, some grapple, one of my favorite weather words you're throwing around a lot this morning.
It's because a lot of us have the potential to see some grapple out there today.
Explain to us what the grapple is.
So real quick, grapple is essentially a snowflake that has super cold water droplets that have attached around it.
Cool. Science.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
about.
So
that'll come down later on today. I've seen like accumulating grapple before. Pretty wild stuff when that happens. I don't anticipate much of that today, but nonetheless, some grapple's going to be a possibility. Overall, here's what we're looking at on radar. You see a lot of your showers and snow showers, mainly west of Wisconsin this morning, already starting to work their way into the state. The closest shower to our viewing area, it's going to be across parts of Jackson and Monroe counties this morning. That's moving towards Juneau County as we speak. But more and more disturbances to the north will rotate southward throughout the next 24 to 36 hours. So we're going to be unsettled for quite some time. Another shower trying to show up across parts of Dodge County. We'll watch that one. But right here in Dane County, the Madison Metro, you're dry as you head out the door. A little bit of cloud cover, but I do expect you to see at least some rays of sun today before we get the thicker cloud cover later on this afternoon. Stoughton, you're at 39. By the way, good morning, Stoughton. Have a great day. 39 for Oregon, 39 for Belleville, Cross Plains, Wanakee, Sun Prairie, and Cottage Grove. Even Rockdale, they said 39 is the party today. So most of those temperatures are hanging out there. Middleton's at 41. Dane County Regional, a little bit warmer. That's where the temperature's at 42. Hey, there's that little bit of sunshine that you're seeing out there. Looks good. Here's the deal. As we look ahead today, sunshine early, warming up to 46, but those clouds will thicken up around lunchtime. Then we'll see the showers and the grapple. We're going to time that out and more detail coming up.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. New video this morning that captures a portion of the Baraboo homecoming-related incident from last week. The video was obtained by our news partners at Madison 365. You can hear more in this video than you can see. You hear a group of men yelling profanities at a group of teenagers and ordering them out of a car. According to a criminal complaint, 3 men confronted 5 teens who had thrown toilet paper on a home and were driving recklessly in a neighborhood. One of the men, John Kohler, has been charged with disorderly conduct as he shot a flamethrower into the air as the teens drove by.
Brian, don't say anything.
You're on the ground. You're being lawfully detained right now. Oh, you don't think you're violating the law?
The teenagers have expressed concern the incident was racially motivated. Of the 5 teens in the car, 4 students are students of color. They were ordered to the ground, but their white peer was allowed to stand. Now to an update this morning, a Sun Prairie teacher now facing federal charges accused of recording students in a school bathroom. According to a federal indictment, 34-year-old Matthew Quiglieri is charged with 3 counts of child pornography production. Last week, the Sun Prairie Police Department said it happened at Prairie View Middle School, where he taught. The district suspended him during the investigation. To campaign 2022 coverage now, new Marquette Law School numbers are out. And with less than a month to go until the election, the gubernatorial race is incredibly close this morning. Incumbent Governor Tony Evers now only leads challenger Tim Michels by 1 point among likely voters. That is a small tightening from last month's numbers. Now, we do want to say this race is essentially tied because it's still within the margin of error. It is a little different, though, on the U.S. Senate side. Ron Johnson's up now by 6 points over Mandela Barnes. That's more than the margin of error. From what political scientist Anthony Chergosky sees, the political attack ads on Barnes are taking a toll.
Those negative ads have had a significant effect on this race. We've seen that Mandela Barnes is now viewed more negatively than before, and we've seen Ron Johnson's numbers climb in the polls. So the Republicans have been quite effective in their campaign.
Chergosky says the edge that Johnson now has in the polls is not locked in yet. There's still time to make some moves. We will see one more Marquette Law School poll coming up the first week of November. And a reminder, tomorrow, Governor Evers will take on Tim Michels in their first and only televised debate before next month's election. It'll be held right here in our News 3 Now studio. You can watch it starting at 7 p.m. right here on News 3, as well as channel3000.com. More local news now. Cleanup will continue across southeast parts of the state today from the severe weather. The National Weather Service working on figuring out just how many tornadoes touched down. The storms knocked out power to about 20,000 We Energy customers. A tornado warning was issued in Waukesha County.
We heard that tornado siren, and then like in maybe a few seconds, I saw from the back window like the trees are just like going, yeah.
The tornado touchdowns were reported in Whitewater, Burlington, Brown Deer, and the Merton areas. Storms impacting the Darrell Brooks trial yesterday. And because of that, the trial will begin early and run later into the afternoon. A tornado warning forced the courtroom to seek shelter, and then the judge sent everyone home. Before the interruption, more witnesses testified. Testimony from witnesses who saw one of the fatal victims get hit by the red SUV. The damage from a Category 4 hurricane may look and feel significantly different than the damage we get here from storms in Wisconsin, but the recovery efforts, in essence, are essentially the same. Crews from Wisconsin, well trained in power restoration, can tell you that. Many are back now from some long days and nights offering their support for the people in Florida. Our Catherine Merck reports.
You don't get the day-to-day gratitude all the time.
Chris Kaufman is feeling the gratitude this week. He just got back to Sun Prairie from his time in Florida, helping with hurricane recovery efforts.
So you hear how bad the storm was, you're just expectations to see stuff leveled, and so you're just preparing yourself for some long work days, and no, it's going to be a lot of work.
As a lineman with Sun Prairie Utilities, most of his help went toward the parts of living everyone relies on.
Changing poles, putting lines back up, cutting trees, yeah, just getting the lights back on. So we worked with all our group from Wisconsin every day. I think we had 21 trucks from different communities throughout Wisconsin. So it's very nice that we get to work with people that we know on a personal level. So you know the work ethic, it's going to be there.
That work ethic expanded far beyond just restoring power. Southern Wisconsin Red Cross chapter currently has 40 volunteers still in Florida helping with Ian efforts.
All the residents are trying to get back in, pick up their lives, and find out where, what's left of their homes.
The damage that's been done from this hurricane is significant.
I've seen a lot of disasters from Katrina to Harvey. I would say that this is probably one of our top 5 disasters that the Red Cross has responded to.
For Kaufman, it's proof that in times like these, it's the things we take for granted that make his work important year-round.
That's the best part of being a lineman. It's when stuff like this happens that your job is actually recognized and very important.
Our Catherine Merck reporting. Blood donation centers in our area are also doing what they can to help in Florida. Impact Life says it wound up shipping 40 units of type O red blood cells for use in Florida. First Lady Jill Biden in Wisconsin yesterday, surrounded by the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association. She addressed the importance of the job.
Needs leaders who will stand up for you and your students. And that's why we all need to get involved. Because you know what's at stake, and because this union knows how to get things done. Yeah!
The First Lady also met with Governor Evers and Lieutenant Governor Barnes. She spoke with parents and students also at Westside Academy last night. It is 6:39 on your Thursday. We'll get you updated on the morning commute ahead. And that cooler air has settled in. Chris is busy this morning tracking a chance of some cold rain today, maybe some grapple, and our first chance at some snow for the season. Also ahead, a man on a mission, and he won't rest until he can turn a penny into something he can trade for a house. And he's getting close.
Looking at mattresses?
I'm just looking.
Jump on it, roll on it.
No.
Just pretend I'm not here. You have any questions?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable.
She seemed nice.
That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Slumberland. Mattress shopping reinvented.
A 12-year-old girl can't legally drive a car. At 12, she can't even vote. But if this little girl were tragically raped or a victim of incest and became pregnant, radical Tim Michaels would force her to deliver the baby. He said it's, quote, not unreasonable for the state government to mandate rape victims to give birth. Would it be unreasonable if he were forcing this on you? Let him know on Election Day.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
but it's the smiles we put on your face
With every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Right now at Slumberland Furniture, you'll get 30% off all living room furniture. Yup, sofas, sectionals, tables, recliners, and more. All 30% off. Plus 30% off select mattresses and 20% off everything else. On now at Slumberland Furniture.
Madison schools are getting playground makeovers.
Kind of makes me feel like you're running on a wall.
Chris Stanford finds out where the funds came from and how the upgrades are impacting students both on and off the wood chips. Eye on Education, tonight on News 3 Now at 6. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Foundation presents the 2022 Wisconsin gubernatorial debate. Incumbent Democratic Governor Tony Evers debates Republican challenger Tim Michaels, Friday at 7 p.m. on WISC-TV. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Our Josh Sprider hopefully sleeping in this morning. Last night he was hosting the 2022 Biz Awards with Dane by Local. Held at the Holy Wisdom Monastery, last night's event was an opportunity to recognize and celebrate those who are doing some great things in the community. And for Dane by Local, about 150 local folks were there. Happening today, the temporary men's shelter on Zaire Road is opening up. We previewed this yesterday. Our Shane Hogan was there giving us an inside look. It'll have space for as many as 200 men. Community development leaders say while the space is temporary, it's still nicer and better suited to help people than the old Fleet Services building on First Street.
What you're seeing here, the different accommodations here, are reflecting what we have heard from shelter users, things that are important to them. So I'm hoping and expecting that they'll be well received.
The temporary men's shelter will feature better bathrooms with private showers, lockers, and common areas for dining. It'll also have space for one-on-one meetings, isolation, and recovery rooms to take in people who are sick or under the influence. 6:43, time to check in with Chris Reese and your First Warn certified most accurate forecast. Hey there, Chris.
Snow in October is normal. Just got to go ahead and say that one.
It is.
Typically, our first trace of snow happens around October 16th. And if you think about it, that would occur this weekend. And that being said, the model's really showing weak disturbances that'll pass through as we go throughout the weekend that can bring some snowflakes to parts of the state. Now, one thing I want to show you, though, throughout the weekend, if you are traveling up towards the Northwoods or the UP at all, you will see the snow chances there. But now the model's even trying to bring in a system perhaps next Friday that could bring a chance to see some snowflakes around here. That's a week away. We'll see. We'll see. We'll watch it. But one of the things we are tracking right now anyway is a chance to see some showers and snow showers moving into the state today. A lot of those snow showers mainly off to the west right now. We are dry in the Madison metro at this moment, so no concerns for your morning commute. Things are going to be fine as you are headed out the door. But yes, we will see some rain showers today, and some folks will see some sleet, some grapple as the day goes on as well. A beautiful shot. You see that cloud cover in the background just behind the Capitol Dome there. The temperature's 42 and winds are out of the west at 7 miles per hour for us. Janesville, you're at 41, 38 in Wisconsin Dells. Mineral Point, one of the cool spots, coming in at 36 source this morning. It's 39 in Monroe. Also 39 has been a popular number across the Madison metro all morning long. So most of us hanging out into the upper 30s. Middleton at 41 right now. So we push forward. This is lunchtime. Here comes that cloud cover really streaming into the Madison metro at this point. Showers begin to pop up after that. We will see these off and on showers all day. One of the other things you could see, you see that pink there? Yes, sleet pellets and grapple have a chance to really mix in with the showers out there today. Overnight tonight, we'll cool down to 32, some spots in the upper 20s. Then tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, more showers develop again. And for the second day in a row, we could see some grapple or sleet pellets mixed in. Now, I want to zoom things out and show you all of us here in southern Wisconsin as we deal with some of those showers today. But what I really want to show you is what starts to move our direction towards tomorrow. Watch this. Starting out at the freezing point, some sunshine early, but a weak disturbance moves in across northern Wisconsin. That's where some steady snowflakes will be possible. And then north of the Dells, you're going to have your best chance to really run into that sleet mix as things go on. Again, spotty showers is going to be very similar to today, but that chance is certainly there. 50, your high tomorrow. So again, sleet would only be mixed in. Most of this comes down as rain. 51 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday, but 42. That's as warm as we get on Monday, down to 27 Monday night.
Chilly. All right. Thank you, Chris. A Wausau man is boat deep, you could say, in a project to bring joy to a family in need. He's trying to barter his way up from 1 penny to a house he could donate. He was inspired by a now famous red paperclip influencer who started the movement. Drew Sutherland reports.
A couple of months ago, Anthony Iverson Lloyd saw a trash problem along the Riverwalk. He decided to be the change and do something about it.
It kind of gave people a lot of, just, I don't want to say hope, but just like, it was nice to see.
Lloyd wondered how he could start to make a bigger difference. It started with a routine visit to Quick Trip.
And I just looked down and I see a penny and I was like, I should just do a penny. That'd be kind of cool. It's just kind of like one of those items that people kind of don't care about. They kind of just throw away. You see all over the place.
He decided to start a campaign to barter for a house for someone in need. Within minutes of hanging out in the 400 block with a sandwich board, he was on his way.
There's this car with a bunch of college girls in it, and they just came to a screeching halt, and they actually almost got rear-ended by the car behind them.
Trading the first penny for a bottle of maple syrup got the ball rolling.
I had a box of organic ice cream cones that I traded to a guy for a circular saw, and he wore a robot costume while we did that trade.
The snowball effect began, and soon he met people who shared his interest. Dawn Steyer saw his post on Nextdoor and wanted to contribute with a snowblower she got as a gift.
It was pretty new. It'd only been used once or twice, and I thought it'd be great for him.
Steyers took a life jacket in trade. She didn't know what she'd do with it, but wanted to spread the message.
And I thought about taking it to Vegas with me and then just, taking a picture, but I was concerned it would worry some of the people on the plane.
After only 2 months, Iverson Lloyd is up to a speedboat and isn't giving up on the dream.
If you can open your hearts and your wallet and, help him out, this is such a cool project and it's life-changing for somebody.
A house, for example, is like the largest financial commitment somebody has. It's usually their biggest financial burden. And I thought, what if I gave somebody a house?
That was Drew Sutherland reporting. Iverson Lloyd says that he wants to give away the house for a penny, so he has two, with the message that you can double your investment with a little bit of legwork. The morning sprint is coming up next. And if you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store today and get ultimate discounts. Clearance items are up to 78% off. Plus, get a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
In the Senate, Ron Johnson pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself and his donors.
Did my business benefit? Sure. Did some of my donor businesses? Sure.
But here's what Johnson's doing to us. He voted to raise the retirement age and allow cuts to Social Security. Even supports letting Wisconsin ban nearly all abortions and said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson works for himself, never us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Very loud. It sounds like a bull running through a china shop. I don't know what else to say.
People don't realize how nice a door can run until they get it serviced. It's whisper quiet. Your neighbors will thank you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
So I just started this new trapeze class and...
Whoa, the new iPhone is here.
I know, right? The ultimate iPhone. US Cellular paid for mine and I was already a customer.
The new iPhone is here.
Right, and you'd be smart to get it at US Cellular. They have price protection, so you know your rate won't go up.
Now, new and current customers can get any new iPhone 14 Pro or iPhone 14 Pro Max on us.
Okay, I'll just wait here and watch your donuts.
At US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Volunteering offers more than benefits for those served. Volunteers reap health benefits from the time they give. RSVP of Dane County's Driver Services Program needs volunteers to provide rides to medical appointments and deliver meals to older adults in Dane County. Ideal candidates are of legal driving age, love to drive, and meet new people. Schedules are very flexible, and volunteer drivers will use their own vehicles and are reimbursed for mileage. To make a difference, please contact RSVP of Dane County today.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store and get the ultimate mattress discounts. Get 55% off select Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, buy any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get $300 in free furniture. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Open a certificate or money market account at Summit Credit Union today.
6:52, time for the morning sprint. Former Packers wide receiver Davante Adams now charged with misdemeanor assault for pushing a photographer after Monday Night Football. Video shows Adams headed to the locker room and shoving the photographer who crossed in front of him. He apologized during post-game remarks and on social media. A court appearance, regardless, is scheduled for November 10th. Today is the first day of the Wisconsin Book Festival. Since its founding in 2001, more than 900 writers have taken part. Hosted in partnership with the Madison Public Library and the Madison Public Library Foundation, the 4-day event is free to celebrate authors. Authors this year include New York Times bestseller Ross Gay, former Obama speechwriter Cody Keenan, and White House photographer Pete Souza. They are all talking about their book, Grace. A Madison teen being charged with kidnapping after allegedly luring his ex-girlfriend into his car and forcing her inside. 18-year-old Alexander DiVincente Hernandez met his ex at Country Grove Park in Madison and drove to Dodgeville, according to authorities. They say he then returned to Madison and let her out. During an initial appearance, the court entered not guilty pleas to any misdemeanor counts.
El
at us behind those closed doors. They make fun of a child.
Nuria Martinez has resigned from the LA City Council after audio of a racist conversation with several other council members was leaked. Martinez stepped down as president of the City Council Monday when the audio first went public. Local activists and community members are still pressuring 2 other members of the board to resign. NASA has set a new launch attempt date for the Artemis 1 mission from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It'll be Monday, November 14th. The uncrewed mission is just the start of the program that aims to return people to the moon one day. Getting this first mission off the ground has been a very trying endeavor. A series of issues, including a faulty sensor, a fuel leak, and severe weather, have caused NASA to abandon previous launches.
We're doing it not just for today, but for all the ages.
President Joe Biden using the Antiquities Act to designate Camp Hale as a national monument. Camp Hale is remembered as a training spot for U.S. troops during World War II, practicing in feet of snow for combat in the high peaks of the Italian mountains. Now more than 50,000 acres between Eagle County and Summit County are protected. Colorado politicians have been trying to do this for years, but never got it through the Senate. A mega yacht linked to a sanctioned Russian oligarch dropped its anchor in Hong Kong. It was first spotted there late last week. The Nord, a 466-foot yacht, is said to be one of the world's largest. The move comes amid efforts by the West to seize luxury assets owned by Russian elites and allied ports as the war in Ukraine continues.
Temperatures have been pretty chilly out there this morning, and we are also tracking some showers and even snowflakes trying to work their way on into the state. That being said, it is mainly dry. Headed out the door right now. You are going to see that cloud cover increasing, though, especially after lunchtime today. 41 for Madison, 36 in Mineral Point. Janesville's at 41. It is 38 in the Dells, 37 in Platteville as well. Again, more cloud cover by noon. We'll see those chilly showers later on this afternoon. Temperatures top out into the upper 40s. I also cannot rule out some sleet pellets and grapple getting into the mix today and again tomorrow. I know. I'm saying it so that everyone knows that it's grapple when it happens. It is not hailing. It is grapple. But it will be a possibility, and then even cooler early next week.
Could get pretty messy.
It could, yeah. Sometimes it does.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for watching. We'll have another news and weather update here in 30 minutes.